Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 54 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and celebrating myself. So, yay for day 54. Um, I don't, I haven't figured out the right word for celebrating today. I celebrated today. Don't get me wrong, I did. Um, I was thinking about like the human spirit and fighting spirit. Like when cheerleaders do, we got spirit, we got what, we got spirit. That's kind of what I was thinking a little bit, celebrating my spirit. I something to that effect. I'm not really a cheerleader. Maybe I'm a better cheerleader to other people, but not myself. I'm not thinking myself as a cheerleader. That's not what I was wanting to celebrate. But like high school spirit and um, having a fighting spirit. To me, I was more or less picturing in my mind like one of those clown dummy balloon boxing things. I don't know what those are called either, but it's one of those ones where it stands up and it's like a clown, but it's got a weight in the bottom of it, and so you punch it and it goes to the ground, and then it just pops back up again, and you punch it and it goes to the ground and it pops back up again, and it's doesn't matter how many times you punch it, I guess, unless you pop it, it just will always come back up again. So um, that I feel like that's me. I feel like there's that spirit maybe that I was born with um, that I fight against. I'm very much good at fighting against myself or fighting against the spirit sometimes and telling me what I need to be doing because I just don't want to. But I have that. I have that in me. That's always in me. That's like, we can get back up. We can do this. We can focus. We can go for it. We can. I guess I have my little internal cheerleader that's like, let's do this again. And then, of course, I have, the other part of me that's been traumatized and hurt so many times. And I'm like, it doesn't matter how many times I get up, I'm still going to get knocked back down. So I may as well just stay down. I did that for several years after my divorce. I went down and I stayed down, and I was devastated, and I was like, there is no reason to come back up again. But people kept coming over, people kept talking to me, kept checking up on me. My kids kept calling me, and I was like, oh crap, people care about me. I have to get up and do stuff. Like, how is this even fair? And so I started getting up, I started doing things, I started getting a little bit better slowly. And then craziness in the world happened, and I went down into my depression again. And there wasn't a people knocking on my door. There wasn't people saying, "Hey, how you doing?" It was just me, and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't live like this. I need to get out of this. I need help. So I started reaching out, and I was talking to just one of my 12-step friends, and she's the one that suggested I do the gratitudes. And I was like, okay, I'm desperate. I'll do anything because I need to get out of this. I need to get better. And it was that fight in me, that fighter in me. Maybe I'm just, I'm a fighter. I don't really like saying that I'm a fighter because I don't like to get in physical brawls and physical fights, and I don't like to get into verbal confrontations. I'm more of a passive person when it comes to things like that. But when it comes to living my life, when it comes to giving up, I'm a trier. I try. I get up, I do, I repeat. I don't always feel like I'm good enough. I often wonder what the heck I'm doing all of this for, but I do it. And I have that something in me that's, that, like I said, like that human spirit. This is, I have to live. I have things to live for. I have a purpose. I have a reason to get out of bed. Some days I really don't know what that is, but I'm doing it anyway. So it just, I just was thinking about that, and how with everything that's going on right now with me, just I'm on a little emotional roller coaster and on medication that makes me tired, and I'm already tired, and just not been sleeping well, still trying to recover from when I fell a couple of months ago. And I know they said soft tissue damage takes 6 months to a year to heal, and I was like, I just don't like that answer, and it hasn't been 6 months yet, and it's not as bad as it was when I first fell, so I know that it's healing. It's just, it's a lot of just a lot of that. And then I have a lot of extra medical expenses because of my leg and some other things. And it's just like, which is interfering with my ability to pay my bills because I'm not making extra money just because all of these other things are coming up. And it's just a lot of things to deal with. But at the same time, um, I know that I can. There's that little cheerleader, that little voice, that fighter in me that says, I can do this. I'm going to face this. I am going to fight this. And I'm grateful for that little fighter in me, for that little voice that says, hey, you can do this. We can go. It's all right. We can fight this. Because I also have that depression that says, okay, things aren't working out. Things are overwhelming. And let's just turn our heads to the wall and just curl up and disappear. Pull a blanket over my head and like, I'm gone. Nobody can see me. Which I know when I have days like that, it just makes everything worse because things don't go away. They just pile up. So when I listen to that little fighter in me, when I'm like, okay, that little cheerleader that says, let's do this, we can do this, it's okay. Um, I face all of those things, and and it helps me to get where I need to go. It helps me get through whatever it is. It's like, okay, I know I keep getting knocked down, but I just keep getting up again. Um, that stupid song just popped into my head. I don't even like that song. Oh, sorry. Anyway. I don't know if you know that song, but I'm like, I don't like that song. Um, I don't know that I don't like it, but it's just, anyway. Random things in my brain. Random things in my brain. Um, oh, tired. Trying to make myself wake up and do things. But like I said, that little fighter in me, every once in a while I'll have one of those days where I just get up and I just go and I just do, and I'm like, what am I doing all this for? Um, but I also fight that voice in me. I fight that, let's get up and do something, and I'm like, oh no, let's just bury myself under a blanket and not. I'm like, I'm always feel like I'm always fighting something, and I probably need I probably need to stop fighting myself, and I probably need to stop getting in the way of that voice inside of me, that fighting spirit in me that says I'm gonna just punch my way through everything. Because I mean, I do have characters in my head, and they will be confrontational and mean and just speak whatever that is in their mind, and no filters and all of that stuff. And I find that very entertaining, and probably will, when I write books about those characters, you can see all of that in my books. And I'm like, if that's what I wish I was like, but I'm not. It's probably better I'm not like that. But there's that part of me that thinks those things, that feels those things, that and when I listen to that part of me, I stand up for myself more. I go out more. I face my problems head on, and I'm like, all right, let's do this. Let's play chicken with my problems, and then my problems have a tendency to shrink, to get lost, to get taken care of. They don't, they back down when it comes to chicken. Of course, sometimes I do too, and then my problems just get bigger, and it's like, that didn't help. So, I know my problems aren't that big right now. They're not that bad. They just feel that overwhelming because I'm just tired and sore, and that makes me emotional. Um, and I'm just amazed that in spite of all of that, this spirit of mine just keeps popping up and says, let's, I don't care about all the stuff that's not punching us like we're going to go down. We're not going down. We're staying up like that silly little clown. We're just going to keep popping up like in your face. We're just going to face it. And so, like I said, I don't really know the right word for that, for celebrating today. But I kind of feel like I'm celebrating that, just being willing to get up and fight, just being willing to get up and to keep going no matter how many times I get knocked down. And I mean, I know I already celebrated determination, like my stubborn determination, and I'm grateful for that too. But this is different. This is more. I'm fighting myself. I'm fighting the depression. I'm fighting the negative thoughts in my head to face something positive. I am trusting that voice in me, that cheerleader in me that says, or maybe that's, God that's telling me, hey, Midge, you can do this. You can fight through this. You can make it. It's all going to be okay. Um, that's, that's so different from determination, because that's what gives me the courage to call my struggles challenges instead of struggles. I'm like, not struggling, I'm just being challenged. I'm just on a hard level, but I can pass it, so we're good. That's that spirit in me that's like, okay, we're gonna get through this. This is training. We're in training for some big, huge battle, and we're gonna win. That's that's me. And or there's that in me anyway. And when that comes out, it just gives me that extra burst of energy, that courage, that strength, that whatever it is that I need to be like, okay, I'm going to do this. It doesn't matter if I've been knocked down. I'm going to get back up. I'm going to get better. It's that part of me that always comes up with those crazy ideas of, how I'm going to be on a schedule, how I'm going to do all this stuff. And I usually don't follow through all those things. But I have that voice in my head. I have that spirit in me that's like, hey, we're going to do all this. We're going to be all this. We're going to be Wonder Woman. We can do it. I will probably never be as awesome as Wonder Woman, but sometimes in my mind, maybe it's my ego, I don't know, that tells me I can be like Wonder Woman. I can battle myself. I can change my diet. I can eat healthier. I can exercise. I can lose weight. I can be healthy. I can clean and organize my house. I can conquer the world if I want to. I can definitely conquer all of my fears. It's like I said, I don't always feel that way, and I don't always give in to that cheerleading, fighting, pushing spirit that I have in me. But on the days that I focus on that, on the days that I do, I feel like I get a lot more done. I feel a lot better about myself at the end of the day. So it's kind of like, maybe that's a part of me that needs to come out a lot more often. And it's not like the sassy, sarcastic, confrontational person. It's more, I'm just gonna face all of my challenges head on, gung ho. We're ready for a battle. We're gonna win this. None of these problems, none of these issues in my life are a reason for me to stop or even to slow down. They're all reasons to just keep going, to prove. I think it's that part in me that just wants to prove that I'm good enough, that I can do all of this. And I'm like, I'm going to prove it to myself. I'm going to prove it to the world that I can, write my books, that I can be a published author, that I can do all the things that I want to accomplish in this life. And if I didn't have that in me, somewhere in me at all, I wouldn't even be able to do these videos. So I am grateful for that fighting spirit in me, that's unconquerable spirit, whatever it is, that just will not stay down no matter what happens in life, no matter how I feel, no matter how much I fight against it. It's always there going, come on, we can do this. And when I give into that, I feel amazing, euphoric, probably. Maybe that's a little too extreme. Very good at the extremes, but life feels doable, and sometimes manageable. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it literally feels like I'm in a battle, an uphill battle, but I can do it, and I can reach the top, and I'm going to prove that to myself. I'm going to prove it to everybody else. I'm like, I'm going to conquer my demons, and I'm going to get to the top of this mountain, whatever it is. And I have no idea what's at the top, and I have no idea why it's so important, but I'm going to conquer it, and I'm going to get there, and I'm going to do it. And that is my fighting spirit. That is sometimes what keeps me going. My little unconquerable spirit that's like, we're not going to stop. Doesn't matter how many times I slip or fall or whatever happens, it's always there going, come on, we'll get back up again. And like I said, that may just be the Holy Ghost. That may just be God telling me I need to go. I need to push myself, putting all those ideas in my head. But either way, it's like the perfect cheerleader inside me that's always, we can do this. And I am grateful for that, for having that in my life, and for being able to use that on the times that I listen to it. And maybe doing these videos, I need to remember that, and I need to listen to that part of myself more often. because it will help me. It helps me push through when I'm just super tired, when I just feel like everything's falling apart and I can't do this. And then it just, if I listen to that voice, I'm like, yes, we can. We can keep fighting. There's still some fight left in me. So, brings up another song in my head. I like that song much better. Not trying to quote songs, I promise. It just, that's my randomness. Anyway, that is all that I have for today. So if you like these videos, you can hit like, subscribe, or share it with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude, and find some fun ways to celebrate yourself and maybe do some writing.